Hello everyone, welcome to the first tutorial dedicated to social networks. This is the first in a series of 6 videos to come. Why are we doing these tutorials on social networks? Well, the answer is quite simple actually, because in just few years they have become unmissable and essential for communication. And they become also important for you guys, but indeed for Sopra banking software as well. A social network, by definition, allows a group of people to communicate and maintain social exchanges through the internet. However, there are many social networking sites out there. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, of course, you heard about them, but also some specialized like YouTube or Vimeo for videos, or specific to countries as Xing for Germany, or even generational ones as TikTok or Snapchat, etc. I'm sure that you heard about the last of them. For all these platforms, the scenario is more or less always the same. The user registers, creates a virtual identity card, most often called a profile. He publishes private or public messages, links, videos, photos, games. He's doing whatever he wants by adding friends or managing even events. But let's talk how important being connected for you is benefic. The first thing to say is that you can connect to whoever you want, personal relations such as families, friends, or professional ones, bloggers, influencers, journalists, or even specialized magazines. Well, also social is direct. I mean that information related to your industries or your personal interests are constantly updated, and you can receive all kinds of information in real time. Then, let's say it. Your profile is a kind of a business card and allows you to share your expertise and create your own network. In LinkedIn, as an example, your prospects, your customers are present. And the last but not the least, you can make your voice heard and become yourself a content creator or an opinion creator. It also seems very important here to specify that your involvement counts for the company. As one of Sopra Banking Software's employees, you are indirectly an ambassador of our company. Typically, on LinkedIn, your profile first identifies you by your current position. Well, today you are an SBS employee. And through this, a sounding board of our identity, allowing Sopra Banking Software to earn notoriety and also to have a positive exposure. It is very interesting to go into details and see that each network has its own identity, his own specificities and objectives. So guys, let's start with the global and the main one, Facebook. Named after the students' photo albums, you know, the trombinoscopes or Facebooks. It has been created in 2003 and it also nicknamed the social place because it is the most used social network in the world. It is constantly evolving and meets everyone's objective. You can find your family, old friends, colleagues, and globally doing whatever you want. Facebook in figures, it gives 2.5 billion users worldwide, with over 1.4 billion people who are active per month. Huge. And almost 80% of them are connected via mobile. What a community! Facebook has indeed a large ecosystem and now has many platforms such as Messenger or Marketplace, WhatsApp, and of course Instagram. Let's keep it short. With Facebook, you can do everything and to be connected with anyone. Moreover, and for the record, one of the most liked publications in the history of the network is signed Barack Obama, who literally blew up the counters with more than 3 million likes in less than 24 hours. And it happened when he was re-elected. Well, Barack Obama was one of the first political person to understand how social networks can be useful in politics and election. Let's switch to Twitter. Twitter is another social networks and is so-called micro-blogging social networks that allow communication via short messages, no longer than 280 characters, called tweets. They can contain links, messages, emoticons, gifs, and even videos, well, as Facebook. The service was created in 2006 and was initially thought as a way to easily share moments of lives. Well, Twitter quickly established itself as a tool for following the news in the real time. Twitter requires the creation of a personal account which will be identified by a name or a pseudonym, preceded by the famous @. Users have all their news feeds showing tweets posted by the people that they just followed. So, indeed, if you are looking for a specific person, brand, or even company, you can use the famous hashtag to track them. If it comes to the numbers for Twitter, we can count more than 340 million users worldwide, with a flow than 50 million tweets per day, which is huge. 31% of the users have between 25 and 34 years old, and more than 71% of users use the networks as a source of information. And this metric is very, very important here. But let's see some facts on Twitter. In 2020, Trump was the most tweeted and retweeted profile. And this is the tweet written by Yasuko Maezawa, founder of the huge brand called ZozoTown, that has become the most widely distributed message in Twitter history, with more than 4.5 million tweets shared. I must precise here that he promised money. Well, how about moving on? Let's talk about LinkedIn. LinkedIn, the business club, a network dedicated to professionals, which highlights the B2B networks. Founded in December 2002 and launched in May 2003, LinkedIn has grown very slowly but steadily to reach over 700 million users today worldwide. The goal here is not to make friends, but to make professional connections. LinkedIn globally organizes your networks to allow you to meet and connect with meaningful people in your field. Beyond being able to find a work, LinkedIn is full of communities ready to offer you intellectual support on whatever you need. LinkedIn groups are really the equivalent of discussions on forums and are really different from Facebook groups, which are not always constructive, let's face it. LinkedIn is a network to remember. Where is your professional network? It includes your colleagues, of course, but also your prospects, your customers, your partners, and the press that is into your interest. This is the perfect ecosystem to be in contact with your professional world, but also to be seen, heard, and why not becoming a great actor and influencer in your area of expertise. This is the network to be in for your career, but also for Sopra Banking Software, your company. Because you are an ambassador of our brand, and you have the power to spread our voice, our image, and our expertise. This is why we decided to insist on LinkedIn and have planned 3 other sessions dedicated to this network. Instagram. Instagram is a mobile application. The principle actually is quite simple: sharing photos or short videos. Many filters allow you to embellish your creation before sharing them, which makes it more fun, to be honest, with the platform. There is also the possibility of creating image compositions with hyperlapse or GIF by using the applications such as Boomerang, which belong to Instagram and Facebook. In short, Instagram gives place to the creativity of its user, and that is the recipe of its success. As I said, Instagram is owned by Facebook, and these two networks have been since very closely linked. Photos on Instagram can be automatically posted on your Facebook account. The social networks today count more than 1 billion users active during a month, and their users spend almost 30 minutes per day. This is incredible in terms of timing. Not surprisingly, the majority of its users are young people between 16 and 34 years old. By the way, Just for your information, it's an egg that takes the first place in the ranking of the most liked photo. The particularity of the photo? To be honest, nothing. There is none. This is simply the successful bet of an anonymous user who challenged the Instagram community to make this photo the most liked on the social networks. And it worked. Well, I guess that we went around the main networks, and of course a lot can be said, but I hope that you found this video very interesting. As it was a pleasure to do it for me. Don't hesitate to reach us, the internal communication team, if you have any comment or any question. The other coming tutorial will be more specific and will allow you to become real experts on the platforms. We count on you. Cheers, guys!